Hello there. Good morning. Um, I'd like to talk a bit more about the elections and the possible outcomes that could be approaching because of them. The reality of this election is it is the difference between peace and war in different regions in the world based on who the president is and what kind of a job he's going to be do, and it's in ways that you would might be surprised because you just might not be in the mind frame to be thinking of these sort of things. The example I'm going to bring up is that it will not be an issue to have this in the mind frame of a South Korean. Now, the Koreans are having some disputes with their elections, I hear as well. I haven't looked too far into it or in depth, 5 minutes research. Anyway, um, Kim Jong un has a sister named Kim Yo-Sung or something like that, whatever her name is. Let me double check. I think it's Kim Yo-Sung. Uh, Kim Yo-Jung, my mistake. Not an important figure, but when Donald Trump went to North Korea, stepped foot into North Korea to greet the dictator Kim Jong Un, that was historic. It took a lot of pressure off of South Korea, trying to mellow things out over there because that's what needed to be done. However, there is an ultra, well, I don't want to say left because they're more fascist than left wing or whatever left wing is supposed to be, force there, which would be um, uh, Kim Yo-Jung. And she is a way bigger bitch and way more covered than average media presents. And the problems with her are more or less what George Bush said, was that they didn't believe that she can be trusted. They didn't believe Kim Jong Un or Kim Jong Il could be trusted. And the thing is, Kim Jong Un does appear more trustworthy, but he does have to deal with the ultra nationalist factions within his country. And there's great debate as to what to do with this. And I don't like the Sleepy Joe storyline. Okay, he puts it on quite well. Joe Biden looks like he's incognito and doesn't know what he's talking about, and he's not there most of the time. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. Maybe he's an excellent actor. And some people feel that America needs to take a step back and let world politics be taken on by other people because it's too much. There's too much going on in the world, and there's too many bad things, and it might be better for world peace if America stepped back for maybe a few generations, maybe a few hundred years, maybe 1,000 years, like some people predicted, and that the the factions in Asia can handle the the state of the world better than us. Now, to whatever degree Joe Biden thinks that, we don't know. However, I think any challenge this world has, the United States is more than capable of dealing with it. And not that I believe Kim Yo Jong is particularly intimidating. She was not appointed the next leader of North Korea, although some people think that she'll be a successor should something happen to Kim Jong Un. Um, it's overshadowing the success that Kim Jong Un had. He was more even tempered, more reasonable. And this is important because it in on the Korean Peninsula, uh, Korean Peninsula. Thank you. Um, and the only reason Kim Yo-Jung has the kind of momentum that she has is because of Chinese uh, diplomats and political leaders telling her, look, you can't trust the United States. Keep your army the way it is. Do not let go of your pressure on South Korea. So the South Koreans, whether they know it or not, I'm not even sure. Donald Trump is their best option. I know it's hard to believe. They go, well, isn't Donald Trump a warmonger? Isn't he all these other sort of things? And it's like, well, no, actually, in some regards, he is not. However, I did say that peace and war in different types of in different parts of the world, based on who becomes president, is very important. And Joe Biden's approach is to look as though he's asleep through most of it, and he does a fairly compelling job, so that other countries can take forward, step forward into the light and demonstrate their diplomatic powers to create so-called peace. This is abiding the Chinese regime, which is something any democracy should find abhorrent. And I don't care what your party's name is, if you're called the Democratic Party or whatever. If you do not uphold this, if you want to continue the consumption of Asian products like iPhones and NHL jerseys to an extent, because the Indonesians are, they're giving, you know, mafia money to the Chinese economy for their military. If you support these things, you are not supporting world peace. And sometimes it takes a bully, to an extent, to get things done. Now, being a bully in world police and world peace, those are different things. I believe Donald Trump can get this right, and I think Joe Biden will get this wrong. It isn't what a lot of people want to hear. A lot of people don't even understand it. I mean, there's so much to understand, but this, if you think of it from a certain perspective, even without visual, even without written commentaries, blogs, and things like that, it is a conclusion that is easy to see. Kim Jong un represents a more peaceful side of North Korea, which is what the peninsula sorely needs. Um, where as a Joe Biden presidency will be appeasing the Kim Yo Jong aspect of the peninsula to alleviate, which can't be done with certain individuals and certain military factions around the world. So that's a little thing to think about. Actually, I had a dream of this sort of unfolding in my head. So I figured I'd voice my opinion right here on YouTube, where anyone can see and they can have any kind of theory they want. However, Kim Jong un is in control of North Korea, and under President Donald Trump, a transition to peace is what should be talked about, not a transition of Joe Biden trying to run into the Oval Office like he was some 9-year-old trying to outbest his brother in buying a Pokemon card. A lot of people aren't going to agree with that, but the fact is, America needs to politically in the world sphere stay awake and it is their business if certain countries do certain things because they are the best at creating world peace, believe it or not. And, you know, it's a great balancing act of what evil is one leader going to do and what good that same leader is going to do. And all in all, the world can trust Donald Trump a bit more, a lot more than Joe Biden, because I'm beginning to suspect Joe Biden's Alzheimer's symptoms may be false in the sense that he's there to be the push around for his government. And they don't need him to think, and they actually would prefer that he looked as though he had Alzheimer's and wasn't in charge, making the country look kind of stupid. But then also he could be molded into whatever image they needed him to be, or agree to things but not really be responsible. Donald Trump can't be molded. He's reasonable, but that's not the same as being molded. And his government, they may make things difficult for him sometimes. They give him obstacles. They want him to do things he doesn't want to do, but at least he's got a backbone, which, by the way, Justin Trudeau was just accused of not having. And I agree, he doesn't have one. So anyway, this is a topic I'm finding interesting and is not getting much coverage. I'll look into it further, and I'll let you know when I have come to more conclusions. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and don't stop thinking. Yeah, talk to you later.